What's good, everybody? It's your boy 313 J-Mo, and I'm here to talk about my main man, Killian Hayes, and how if the Pistons don't end up getting LaMelo Ball, this guy is the closest to the perfect fit with the Pistons as possible. First, let's talk about his strengths. His ball handling is crazy. His IQ is crazy. His vision is crazy. He's deadly in the pick and roll. He can shoot. He can score off the dribble. He has some good athleticism on him. His main weaknesses would be that he doesn't use his right hand as much as his left hand, and I'm not overreacting to that because I've seen him. I watched 4 games. Yes, he's left hand dominant, and he does favor it, but I've still seen him finish with his right hand. And the other thing I would say is just confidence. Overseas, sometimes these coaches do you a little bit different, and I've seen some games where he was getting discouraged because the coach kept jerking him back and forth or whatever, and just needs that just more confident to be able to fight through adversity. To me, that is a little mental weakness of his, so it's something that he'll have to learn, because you got to remember, this guy is extremely young. He's been playing overseas since he was 16, and they don't get as much opportunity. We've seen the same thing from Sekou to Giannis to other great international players. But all right, let's look at some of his stats of how he did in his first few years overseas. See, I'm gonna break down all of his numbers in different types of fashions. We gonna start with this chart first. We ignoring the first year. He only had 1 field goal attempt, only played 9 minutes. He didn't get any time. We see improvement from his second year, 43% from the field. Wasn't a good 3-point shooter. He was a good free throw shooter, but still not enough opportunity. Only 3 assists a game. And then we see he's playing 26 minutes a game, and now he got 10 field goal attempts, 39% from 3, 45% from the field. And we see his splits. And now this is basically the total amount of points. As you can see, in that second year where he played 33 games and he was starting 239 points scored, and he scored 128 points in the Euro Cup. So he played, 23 more games, but he scored over half the points in the Euro Cup against the better competition. His turnovers are definitely up, but he has 62 assists compared to 102 assists in 33 games, 62 assists in 10 games, 6 assists a game. And you can see his free throw shooting is extremely great. But I wanted to break down the numbers of what he was actually doing, because you can see things from this guy. And okay, let's go game by game. As you can see, they lost most of these games because the team wasn't good. But you got, 3 of 9, 3 of 11, 3 of 7, 4 of 8, 6 of 12, 4 of 11, 8 of 14, 5 of 10, 1 of 5, 9 of 14. So you see what he was doing. But when you average all of this stuff out, I'm mainly looking at his assist numbers, his turnover numbers, and the point score. You can see he scored 25, 12, 19, 13, 15, 15, 8, and then he has a dud where he's scoring 3. I don't really know what happened in that game, but he only played 16 minutes in that game. He just scored 3 points. Maybe that was one of the games where his coach just took him out, or maybe he wasn't playing how he wanted to. One thing about Killian is he is a very scrappy defender. I think he can improve in that area, but he's a very scrappy defender, and you can see he doesn't commit a lot of fouls, and he gets the steals, and he's very efficient. And this is the Euro League against the best competition, and this is a guy who really doesn't have any much help, and he's just going out there and being efficient. Like I said, 62 assists in 10 games. This guy, in the pick and roll, it's almost automatic with Killian Hayes, because it's so special about him, because his handles is extremely underrated. We talk about Melo's handles, we talk about Cole Anthony's handles, but Killian Hayes' handles are nasty, and his finishing ability is actually pretty good. Now, I don't use every NBA advanced stat in the book, but the one advanced stat that I do think matters and is indicative of what a player is doing is per 36 or per game. Anything with per player efficiency rating is something that we need to look at. And we're going to take a look at Killian Hayes' per numbers in the tournament and in the league. So basically, let's look at that final year, 18 years old. His per 36 numbers is 17 points a game, which is crazy to me. 17 points a game, 8 assists. And if you look at the regular season, he averaged 12 and 6 assists, but per 36 minutes, meaning if he played 36 minutes, this is a guy that was only playing 26 minutes a game. So you add 10 more minutes, you get a couple more assists and 5 more points. And that's something definitely that I can see. But when you're looking at all of his advanced stats and his advanced numbers, I'm surprised people aren't even higher on Killian Hayes than I already previously was. This is a guy great in pick and roll, extremely efficient, can fendles, has handles, can shoot, has a floater. I mean, his offensive game is very good. He just has to work on using his right hand, and that's something that is going to get nipped in the bud in the NBA. But I think a lot of people like to overreact to that because there's a lot of people in the NBA that are not ambidextrous. Maybe they don't favor one hand, but that's something that definitely can be changed, and it hasn't stopped him from succeeding against the better competition in the Euro Cup, because that's the best competition that he can face at this point unless he's playing in the Euro League full time. So when you're looking at the team fit with Sekou, the fact that they know each other, we need him as a point guard, he can stretch the floor, and I'm going to just keep harping on him in pick and roll. Like, he's so good in pick and roll. Like I said, it's almost automatic. And with a lot of these young point guards, I always take the passers first. Like, when Trae Young came into the league, I told people he was going to be good, and it's documented like on my channel. I said he was going to be good because he can pass. LaMelo Ball, he's going to be good because he can pass. Yes, they can score. Trae can score. He's a better scorer than LaMelo. But, yeah, they can score, but it's the passing that takes them to the next level. And a lot of these guards don't have that ability, so they end up being scoring guards. They can't really help their team out in other ways. That's why the best point guards in the league can all pass, from the Currys. Even though he's not a pure passer, he can still give you 6 assists. Kyrie can still give you 6 assists. Dame can still give you 6 assists. Then you guys like Russ. Luka isn't a PG, but he averaging 10 assists. James Harden is averaging assists. You know, guys, Devin Booker can give you some assists to help their team. But when you're looking at Killian, this is a guy that's so dynamic in pick and roll that day one he needs to be starting. Like, he might not be fully ready in every area, but if you can kill people in pick and roll on the NBA level and you can shoot the ball, I want you on my team. And I definitely think he should be starting for us, like 100%. And I think he's a great fit. Just him and Sekou being such close friends, and the fact that on the court, I think he's the second best guard in the draft after LaMelo. Bar none. I don't think it's that close. I think this kid could be a starter in the league for many years to come. It could greatly help the Pistons with his development. But yeah, Killian Hayes is still a great fit for the Pistons if we don't end up with LaMelo or Anthony Edwards or somebody like that. Let me know what you think about the guy. It's your boy 313 J Mo. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.